According to the Washington Post, millions of families are at risk of eviction. Countless thousands of others have had to file bankruptcies or endure foreclosures. I've been poring through newspapers ever since May of 2021 in hopes of finding word of programs that can help me. My searches have been unsuccessful because story after story, article after article have for the most part told a one-sided account. $46 billion worth of programs have risen to be the champion of certain people affected by this crisis. The Tenant. I have rarely found anything in mainstream media that conveyed my side of the story. I am the small landlord. I haven't received rent for my property since March of 2020. The newspapers say it's because of the pandemic. I say it's due to a select group of people who have chosen to use what is happening in the world to get over on people like me. This is my story. Hey guys, so today is May. What is it? Is it May 27th? Today is May 27th, and I realized I want to give you guys a moment to moment or whatever, I don't know, update on what we're doing and what's going on with the rental unit. I already told you guys, for those of you who don't know, I have a tenant who has not paid her rent, her portion of the rent. She's a Section 8 tenant, so she has not paid her portion of the rent since March of 2020. Her rent right now is $528 a month that she has to pay, has come out of her pocket. With it being $528, it's not enough for me to I don't get enough from Section 8 to cover the mortgage on that property, so I have to add money to the bank account every month to cover the mortgage of that property, right? So what have I done? I've done a lot of you guys' advice. Remember, a lot of you told me reach out to her caseworker, the case manager for Section 8, which I had done before, and I explained that to you all that I did, and she had told me, oh, well, I guess you got to evict her, right? So I meditated on it, because sometimes I do try to get my life right, get my life condition right, to get the best possible results energetically. So I meditated on it, and then I called, and and she answered. And that's I'm telling you, because sometimes you call, and you get voicemails, you leave messages, you do this, you do that, you do the call me back, blah, 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 blah. So she answered, and I explained to her the situation again. And she was like, oh, I wish you would have told me this sooner. And I'm like, I did tell you this sooner, because I have in here exactly when I told her this sooner. And, but she was like, oh, I wish you would have told me this sooner, because she is in violation of her Section 8 agreement, which a lot of you said in the comments. And so she asked me to draft up a letter with all of this that I was telling her on the phone. And I said, okay. And by this point, I had already pulled all my bank records for the rental account. That in the bank records it shows like how much Section 8 deposits. It shows how much I was depositing via check when she was paying. And then it also shows later in the year, actually it was like December of 2020 was the first time that I had to contribute my own personal funds. So it shows that money that I'm depositing via transfer from one bank account to another bank account to meet the things. So I had already had everything pulled, so this way I could easily document everything that she did not pay. Right? So I drafted all of that up in the letter, and I sent it to her social worker. Since then, her social worker had responded back saying, what did she say? I just want to give y'all like exacts as much as I can. So let me look. Okay, so she just sent me another one now that I'm talking to you all. So her social worker responded, but let me read to you all what I wrote to her in the email. I said, good afternoon, her name. Thank you for taking my call regarding Tenant, her name, of the address, failure to pay rent. March 2020 was the first month I did not receive rental portion of $269. She stated it got lost in the mail and spent the next few months attempting to track it down while still not paying rent. Rent she failed to pay is as follows. And then I list out every month and how much should have been paid or what had happened, right? So I itemize all of that. And I said, this is total $5,158. And then I said, I have not been able to reach her due to my calls going straight to voicemail, and my text messages are not being returned. On May 26th, she reached out to request for me to contact a certain utility so that she can enter into a payment agreement. She currently owes X amount on that bill. And that department has sent me notice of their intention to place a lien on my property due to the outstanding bill. Upon receiving her text message, I attempted to call her 3 times, and the call went straight to voicemail, and responded back to her message inquiring about the payment of her rent. She has yet to reply. Thank you for your assistance with this matter. And so then she texts me back. She emailed me back, and she says, thank you for providing your written statement of her failure to pay rent. And then she says, please advise if you are taking legal action with the district court. So that's the last thing she sent back to me. And then I'm going to respond back that, yes, I'm going to take legal action with the district court starting next week. Now, I don't know what any of that means. I don't know if with any of this going forth, if they say, boom, we're not paying you rent, like the Section 8 portion. I don't know how any of this works. We're going to find out together. But I'm not trying to game anybody, and I'm trying to do everything as by the books as possible. And it just is what it is. I'm in a pretty good position because even though, like I said, the rental account is exhausted, I do have my own personal accounts of savings and stashes and emergency funds. So I'm not worried and I'm not concerned, okay? And I'm going to respond back to her caseworker, but I'm not going to respond back to her just yet. I'm going to think on it a little more. When she asked me, please advise if you are taking legal action with the district court. I need some more guidance on that. But I do plan on taking action with the legal court. Today is Thursday, and I'm actually leaving town tomorrow night for vacation and my birthday. And so I do plan on doing the court thing next week after I come back from vacation. I come back, and then I am back on Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to attempt to work that in, and if not Thursday or Friday, because I do have a job in the work schedule, we're gonna definitely look at it the earlier part of the very next week, because we have to get this thing taken care of. We really do. So y'all, that is the update so far.